So once again, the lighting is terrible. I don't have the energy to move, nor do I really care. But I always have what I want to say, and then I turn on the camera and then just poof, off it goes. But I am working on washcloths right now. I am also working on a bunch of crocheting. I'm gonna make a blanket. Let's see if the lighting's any better. No, it's just see-through now. Or they're not a blanket. They're squares for a bag. And I've worked on that most this morning. And then I'm trying to use up this cone. I'm hoping I can get 1.5 more washcloths out of it, because that's the last I need for the set. So I'm hoping I can finish it. If not, it's just a set of 4 then. But yeah, I will update in a little while. So yeah. So I'd figure I'd show that at a better, slightly better angle. So this is all I have done, and I just have a little bit more to do for the decreasing. And then this is how much I have left on the cone. I should be able to get it just fine. Based on how thick it still feels, I should be just fine. But yeah, and then this will be almost done, and I'll have, I think, 3 or 4 sets of 5 of this color, and it's so pretty. I wonder if I can find a solid of this green one here. It's so pretty. I don't really mind the blue, but the green is my favorite. And then the purple's just, I don't know. Alright, this one's done now. Still have 1 more to go for the set, I think. I'll have to recount, but because they're up in a box waiting to be darned in. With the other random pile of stuff I have. So yeah, but all done. And these are double pointed needles. I think they're either 5 or 5.5 millimeter. I can't remember what that's in US 8, I think. And they're shorter, so I just put rubber hair ties on them to keep the stitches from sliding off, but I like the way they fit, except I think I'm going to switch my needles to, once I finish the set so they're all the same gauge, I'm going to switch them down to a 4.5 millimeter or a 6, just because I like that gauge better. It's a little tighter. They're a little bit smaller. But I mean, I can make this smaller by stitch count, but I've already memorized like the 44 and stuff. And I want them all to look the same, so for these sets it doesn't really matter, but yeah. So for my granny square bag project, and they're not traditional granny squares, I think they're the sunburst, or I don't know, flower ones. I have them in this little pouch. I have no idea where I got it, probably a thrift store, but it's got a compartment on the side, a center piece, and then another compartment on the side. So I've got all of the ones that need the next row on, and then everything that I've done the next row, and then the finished ones here. So once I have all of these are in the center, I will put them all back over here, and then do the next row, or I'll just leave them in, and then as I do the final row, they'll go in here. I'm not sure yet, but it holds it nice and well. And the yarns I'm using, I have no idea what their fiber content is, because they are deconstructed sweaters. Or no, I do remember, I believe they're cotton. They're both a cotton. But they're the deconstructed sweaters I filmed probably a year ago at this point. The really almost ice blue, and then however you would describe this green, it's pretty true to color. It's got a little bit of a gloss to it, and like, I don't know, it's not a smooth not a smooth yarn. And this one is actually, the plies aren't spun together, they're just held together, so that's kind of interesting to work with. Yeah, I'd classify them as, I don't know, a fingering or maybe a heavy lace, but they're not, they're pretty thin. So the squares are ending up pretty thin, but that's alright. I can hold them double for the next one. It's kind of just a trial project, but yeah. I made it. I actually had to bind off with 5 stitches instead of 4 like I usually do, because I just didn't have enough, but yeah, finished the whole cone. I should have enough for the other 5 set, so yay! Also, I got all of them with the 3 rounds, and I'm starting on all the 4th rounds to square them off. But doing it a little bit at a time, because the crocheting, it makes my wrist hurt if I do it too much, so I'm switching back and forth, crocheting and knitting, because I wanted to get these done. So yeah, that's where I am. Alright, that's all I have filmed for now, so I will see you in the next one. Bye.